For you long-time followers, you guys that have been around a while and been really watching the content for a long time, you'll know that that my grandfather knows where they pop on my dad's side. He's been sort of gone now for a few years. I've talked about him lots on the channel, but he has dementia, so he's not really around with us at this point, even though he is still living. But this quad, I'm so lucky to have, so fortunate to have kept. This was my grandfather's bike. He bought, as far as I know, it was the first new ATV to ever come in the family. He bought it back around year 2000, 99, 2000, 2001, sometime right around there. And this bike, man, didn't he love this bike. It's the 300 King Quad, and these things are just such well-built bikes. You got the dash there with the full locking differential and the super low gear. It just runs like a tractor. And even still now, you can see how good it runs, and it'll do that middle of the winter. You go out, flick on the choke, first touch of the key or the button there, just runs flawlessly all the time. But he used the heck out of this bike, hauling wood and off-riding, him and Nan, and mainly wood. Man, he loved to cut wood. I spent a lot of time in the woods with him on this bike, went fishing a little bit on it, and lots of berry picking and stuff. I spent a lot of time with Pop, but yeah, I'm fortunate. This bike left the family for a little bit of time. I was fortunate enough to buy it back and did a little bit of work with it, cleaned it up, and now I don't really use it much. I take it for the occasional ride, but it's just kind of sitting there as kind of like a bit of a memoir to Pop. But that's not exactly what this video is about. I'm just using the bike for demonstration purposes, and I couldn't bring this bike on camera without giving you guys a bit of background, because it's just too special of a piece for me. I'm just so happy to have it, and I hope it's still around for when my little kids get old enough to use it. Maybe this is the bike they'll start out on. It was my first bike I ever drove, so that would be pretty special to have that around like that. What I wanted to talk about today is the Nifty Lift. Now, some of you guys might have seen this product before on some bigger channels. I believe both Wrangler Star, I believe Matt Carricker from Demo Ranch or Off the Ranch did a review on this. Nifty Lift contacted me a little while ago. They wanted to know if they could send me a Nifty Lift, and I said absolutely. Who wouldn't want one of these products? If you're not familiar about it, go check out the site. I'll put it on the screen there now. But what an amazing product. Here in Newfoundland, being an island and largely based on the ocean, we have a lot of ocean industry, especially back in the day. It's kind of dwindled a little bit now, but with that ocean industry and so much fishing, there had to be a way on the docks to get those massive barrels of fish in off the boats. So what you used was like a block and tackle type system, and I'll throw some pictures there now on the screen. Massive wooden pulley systems, and the more pulleys that are involved, the more your torque is multiplied. It's amazing the way physics works like that. But what Nifty Lift has done here is done exactly that. They've made a block and tackle type system out of premium materials, so that you get a really compact type system. So this is the deluxe kit. They have a simpler version as well, but what you have here is a set of 2 pulleys. You have your extreme strength line that comes already set up. It comes just as you see it here. You have a high strength, like a lock clamp there on each end, but there's you have set up. You have a lot of lines. You can really run out. I have an extra piece of line here, and you have this little kind of sack to keep it all in, which is really nice. This deluxe one comes with a case as well, which I like. This lift, what you see here, is rated for straight line pull, 700 pounds. That's what the recommendation is. I think these have been tested much higher than that, but a 700 pound lifting capacity in this little container here, and this all fits back nicely in there. I'm just being a little messy now with it, but 700 pounds lifting capacity, what fits in this little container. Now we have a massive amount of line here, but because of that reduction within the pulley system, you use quite a bit of line just to move the system, as you can see here. But look at that, we have that 4 strands. Now I'm going to connect this to the front of my bike here. Now I've used the Nifty Lift once since I've had it, but I haven't tried lifting anything this heavy. You can see, just with my bare hands there, a little bit of pulling. Look at the amount of movement. I can pull the front end of that bike clean in the air. Now, that said, I am about 8 times stronger than the average male, but still, just look at that lifting power. That is incredible. You know, I found that if you have something like a piece of wood or something to let you get a hold of, you can get a lot more force on this thing, because of course that line does cut on the hand a little bit. Now the beauty about this deluxe model is that you have a cord catch there in the top. Isn't that incredible? So all you have to do is kind of like those blinds where you pull it one way and it releases, but if you set it the other way, the line catches. And that is exactly how this works here. So as you can see, with relative ease, I pulled the full front end of that bike clean in the air. Now this thing is rated enough that I should be able to pull this bike clean in the air, all 4 wheels. I haven't tried that here tonight because I don't know if that joist up there would withstand it, but I should be able to do that with this lift, which is an incredible feat that one person could have that kind of power. Now, I was trying to put my mind to thinking, like, what kind of philosophy of use could this product take on. For me, honestly, the biggest thing that comes to mind is safety. Being able, if you're out riding all day and you have an issue with the rear end of your bike or suspension issue, I think about with my motorcycle too. They're so on handy and stuff. If you had an issue you had to take care of by yourself, as long as you can get the bike over to over near the base of a tree, you lace up that thing to a nice strong branch, and you can hoist the bike up in the air. As far as work goes, this thing is so handy if you're trying to get logs in the truck, or you could you could hoist the front of the bike up like this, high enough to back the tailgate of the truck in under, and then hitch up the back and pull the back up level and back the truck right in underneath, putting logs aboard the truck if you're doing that. Or there's just so many uses for this lift. It's just an incredible tool. Nifty Lift, in case you didn't know, is veteran owned and operated in the US, all made in the United States, all stainless or non-corroding construction. Just a fantastic product, and of course the results and the quality speaks for itself. It's just an amazing product. Highly recommend you guys checking it out. First link in the description, I'm going to link them up, and highly recommend you guys picking one of these up. In that small carry case, that thing will go with me when I'm off riding on the bike with my daughter, or off with Dad riding on the dual sport bikes. It's just that bit of added safety. I bring a small booster pack in case the batteries die. I'll throw this in the same way, just as a safety precautionary type thing. It might be the thing that gets you home at the end of the day. So I can't say enough about this product. Just a really, really cool item, and just cool to show off too. I mean, you got to be honest, that looks pretty impressive. I might have exaggerated when I said I had the strength of 8 men, but it's getting up there. It's getting up there. Well, a few more sets of deadlifts yet. But thank you guys for watching this video. Hit that like button in case you didn't do it at the beginning of the video when I told you. Subscribe to my channel in case you didn't already do it. Leave me a comment down below. Tell me if you've tried Nifty Lift yourself, or if you're going to consider picking one of these up. Thank you guys for watching. I always appreciate your guys' views. Check out my website, link down in the description as well. We'll see you in the next video.